I've never seen two cats who love each other so much, but are so annoyed with each other at the same time. Horlick will occasionally try to hide away for a little bit, but Potato will always find him and make sure they stay together. When Horlick comes to sit in my lap, Potato is just right there behind him. And luckily Horlick is very patient. He's just like, he's a pain, but he's my pain. It's an odd duo, but they stuck with each other through a lot. Horlick and Potato were found on the streets, cold and alone. The person who used to feed them passed away, so they needed a better solution. I'm a big cat person, and when I saw senior cats needing a home, I just had to help. So we brought Horlick into our home. At the time, I hadn't known how bonded the two were. Apparently, Potato was super lonely without his friend. So the shelter asked us to consider fostering Potato. And they were just so happy to be back together again. We didn't have the heart to separate them, so we adopted Potato. Unfortunately, not long after that, we found out he had tumors in both his ears. He was dealing with a lot of discomfort, so the vets had no choice but to remove both ears completely. We were worried about him. He is an old cat, and this was going to be a very long recovery. But Horlick stepped in and was like, "Not to worry, I'm here." He had never left Potato's side since we got the news. He knew what was going on with his friend, I'm sure of it. Horlick looked after him, whether it was grooming or being a cuddle buddy. He even guided him around the house. And thanks to Horlick's love, Potato was back to his old self in no time. Even as he got better, his friend was a little worried about him. Horlick followed Potato everywhere, not too close, but definitely always there. He would get a little annoyed, but he knew it was just love making his brother crazy. It was so wonderful to watch them and know they have this life and not the one on the streets. Everything was great, until we found out Potato's livers were struggling. We did the best we could, but he wasn't getting any better. We knew we didn't have a lot of time left, so we just tried to be as loving as we could for both of them. When he did sadly pass away, we knew he spent his last moments feeling love with his best friend.